Hey everybody, I'm Ronan, and back there is Wadsworth, actually, if anyone remembers Wadsworth. And today I'm going to do something that I haven't done very much, which is a makeup tutorial. This is something I've sort of had in mind to do for a while. It was actually requested, I think sometime in 2019. I was, asking around like what sort of content would people like to see, and someone said, oh, we'd like to see, a masculine makeup tutorial. And I said, that sounds like a great idea. And then, blame 2020. I mean, what really happened this year is I got into digital drag and I started setting out this goal of I wanted to produce one video a month. And so far, I've been successful at that. But that's been pretty much my creative energy, my creative focus for the last several months. Here we are in November 2020. I decided I want to do National Novel Writing Month because I have this novel idea that I've been developing for about a year now, and I want to get it written, so I want to dedicate myself to that. Well, then I don't know if I'm going to have the creative energy necessarily to produce a drag video. But I still want to do something because I promised my Patreons that there would be one video a month. Shout out to Patreons, link in the description. Also, like video, subscribe if you like weird drag. So I knew I wanted to do something, and I thought, why not actually do the masculine makeup tutorial? What I intend to do here is start by doing my basic, essential masculine makeup look, and through that, hopefully showing you how you can use the contours and the structure of your own face to build a more quote-unquote masculine appearance. And then I'm going to play with it a little bit and add some colors and some lipstick and stuff. I'm actually going to be recreating a look that I did for this video that I made last weekend where I skated down our hallway on some roller skates and skated up to the bar. I did that to enter a contest for some roller skates. And that day I was so tired. I was just so exhausted in general. By the time I remembered that I wanted to take some pictures, I was already taking off the makeup. So I didn't get any pictures, but I'll do the look here and maybe I'll take some pictures afterwards. We'll see how I feel. Anyway, this is what you'll need for the basic look.
Foundation, concealer, brown eyeshadow, neutral blush, eyeliner, blue powder, neutral lipstick, blending sponge, and your face.
You might also want
a glue stick
for your eyebrows. Now, my thing is I always have to do the glue stick on the eyebrows and then I have to go do something else. Like I have to tidy up a bit, or in this case, get my setup all ready and the lights all good before I get started. Otherwise, I'm gonna get impatient. I'm gonna start putting on the foundation before the glue is dry, and then it's not gonna actually help anything. But if you do glue down your eyebrows with some glue stick, that does help create a smoother look once the foundation goes on. So let's get started. Without further ado, we'll get this foundation all over the face. And once we have the foundation on, next is the concealer. Now the concealer goes on any part of your face that you want to just even out the tone of a little more. Sometimes I put a little extra on my eyebrows if I really want to hide them. I'm usually putting it on my under eyes as well because I know I've got those Pete Davidson eyes, and I always have to check that that's actually his name because I get him mixed up in my head with Peter Davidson, who played the Fifth Doctor. So I'm like, no, surely two men can't have the same name. Concealers are always going to work a little different depending on the brand that you're using, the type that you're using, so just pay attention to that. I know that the one that I'm using right here, a little goes a very long way, so I'm just doing a little teensy dab on my finger. So now we've more or less turned our face into a blank canvas, and now we're going to start adding some of those shadows and some of that contouring in. And what that's going to do is actually control the appearance of the shape of the face. But first, we've got our brown eyeshadow. I use the dark brown. And, you know, speaking of Pete Davidson, the idea is that cis guys in general, their eyes are more shadowed than cis women. Their eyes are just set deeper in their heads. So we want to create some intentional shadows around the like upper inside edge of the eye. So do a swipe and it lands right there. And I will blend it, but this is how it looks. And you first kind of swipe it on. And then sometimes using the blender can erase it a little bit, so adjust as necessary. Now you see just that little hint of shadow in there. Then we're going to do the same sort of thing with our blush on the rest of the face. And there are a few key areas that you're going to want to kind of think about and look at your own face shape to kind of determine where exactly the blush should go. I would say generally it's not a bad idea to get some more shadows along the hairline, on the sides of the nose, underneath the cheekbones, and underneath the jaw. You can optionally give yourself the suggestion of an Adam's apple by doing some blush on either side of your throat. And if you want to make your chin look a little more defined and prominent, you can give yourself a little shadow in the middle of your chin. And of course, remember to blend it all up so that it looks even. Now, I do want to say that there are a lot of drag looks out there that are a lot more stylized, a lot more colorful. The contouring is a lot more obvious that it's makeup. We're not doing that here. I think it's awesome. It's something I would like to practice and learn a little bit myself, but what we're going for in this case is a little more of a natural look. Next, we're going to do the eyebrows. Now, the eyebrow shape can be basically whatever. If you're doing a specific character, base the eyebrow shape off that. If you are just doing makeup, you know, as a transmasculine person, hoping to give yourself a little more confidence out in the world, know this, your eyebrows don't have to match. They don't have to be symmetrical because a lot of cis guys' eyebrows are not symmetrical. If you are doing it for drag, you're probably going to want to make it more symmetrical unless there's a specific asymmetry that you're going for. If you're not going for a specific character or a specific brow shape, it's always a good idea to just follow the line of your brow bone. That's a good way to get the most natural looking shape. Next, I'm going to put on lipstick. Pretty straightforward. It's a neutral tone lipstick. I started using it because the tutorial that I initially watched myself, it said that cis guys tend to have lighter lips than cis women. In my observation of other humans, I haven't found that to necessarily be the case. But at the same time, when you have your face covered in makeup, it feels weirder to have nothing on your lips than to have something. I just like to put a little bit on and then blot it off. And that way there's a suggestion of the color on there, but not too much. And the final piece of the basic look is that blue powder, the secret ingredient. Learned this trick from Sasha Katz. Gonna credit Sasha every single time I talk about this because it was one of the most revelatory things that anyone has ever told me about cosplay makeup. The idea that even if you're not doing a beard, even if you're not drawing on stubble, it's it helps the look to have the suggestion of a shadow, like the suggestion of a beard. So I'm just using a little brush to dust some blue underneath my cheekbones, across the top of my lip, and a little bit on my chin. I'm not looking to like paint the whole under second half of my face blue. I'm just looking for that hint of color and a shadow. And of course it should be a little darker than you want it to be when you put it on initially, so that you can blend, 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 forever and ever, amen. And there you have that. That is my essential masculine makeup tutorial. Now I'm going to add some lipstick and eyeshadow and eyeliner to it, because who says that boys can't be fancy? And that is basically it. Let me know if you liked this video. Let me know if you have any questions about anything that I did here. And just to everyone out there, I hope that you're doing well, that you're healthy, both in body and mind, as much as you can be right now, and that you have something that is keeping you together. I know that stuff like this has been keeping me together over the last several months. And yeah, I just hope that wherever you are, you have something that is keeping you going. And if you feel right now that you are at a lack or a loss, come here. I'll give you a hug. Come here. You want a hug? Bring it in.